You open a travel site or scroll past a headline and see it again. New airport rules travelers need to know. Security changes catching passengers off guard. Another crackdown at airports. And even if you've flown a lot, there's a little jolt of anxiety. Did something actually change this time? Did you miss a rule? Is your next trip about to be harder than the last one? Here's the important thing to hear up front. You're not imagining this feeling, but most of the time, the rules themselves didn't actually change. What's changing is how the system shows itself to you. Once you understand that, airport security stops feeling random, and headlines stop having so much power over your nerves. If you've ever thought, this worked last trip, why doesn't it work now? There is a reason, and it's not chaos. Let's walk through it calmly. Most airport rules are written to be relatively stable. They don't change week to week, but your experience of them can feel wildly different from trip to trip, sometimes even within the same airport. That's because you're not interacting with one rule book, you're moving through layers, and those layers overlap in ways travelers are never shown. Early on, here's the mental shift that makes everything else click. When something feels new, stop asking what changed and start asking where you are in the system, because different parts of the system behave differently even when the written rule stays the same. The first layer is enforcement. Security rules are written broadly on purpose. They have to work across thousands of airports, threat levels, and situations. That means officers are trained to apply judgment, not just check boxes. So enforcement has thresholds. One officer may wave something through, another may stop it. Same airport, same day, same rule. You've probably lived this. 2 lanes at the same checkpoint. One tells you to keep your shoes on. The next lane tells you to take them off. Nothing about the rule changed. The enforcement threshold did. If you pass through security 10 times without an issue and get stopped on the 11th, it feels like a new restriction. But in reality, the rule was always there. You just hadn't crossed the line where it became visible before. Enforcement visibility feels like rule change, even when it isn't. The second layer is infrastructure. This one catches a lot of people off guard because it's invisible unless you know what to look for. Different airports, and even different lanes at the same airport, use different generations of screening equipment. Older 2-dimensional X-ray machines require laptops and liquids to come out so officers can see them clearly. Newer 3-dimensional scanners can rotate and slice images so items can stay in your bag. That's why one trip you're told to unpack everything, and the next trip you aren't. Or why the person ahead of you is doing something different than you. The procedure follows the machine, not the traveler. So when your home airport upgrades equipment while you're away, or when you fly through a smaller airport that hasn't upgraded yet, it feels like the rules changed. But what actually changed was the technology doing the screening. Same policy, different tools. The third layer is jurisdiction. This is where things really start to feel chaotic if you don't know it's happening. Airports don't operate under a single authority. There are overlapping decision makers. The airport itself controls certain procedures. A national security agency sets baseline screening rules. Airlines impose their own policies, often stricter than security rules, and countries have their own aviation regulations. On one international trip, you might pass through all of them. Security clears an item at the checkpoint. The airline flags it at the gate. A transit airport applies different standards. The arrival country doesn't care at all. Same item. 4 different decisions. From the traveler's point of view, it feels like airport rules changed mid-journey. From the system's point of view, you just moved between layers. None of that is explained to you at the time. You only experience the outcome. Around the middle of the trip, this is usually where people start feeling like the system is broken. If this has ever felt random to you, pause here for a second. What you've seen so far isn't chaos, it's overlap, and there are still a few more layers working at the same time. The fourth layer is temporary measures. Aviation security runs pilots, trials, and temporary procedures all the time. New equipment gets tested. Local threats trigger short-term changes. Specific items get extra scrutiny for a while. The problem is that these temporary changes often get a lot of attention when they start, and almost none when they end. So a traveler experiences a relaxed procedure for a few months and assumes that's the new normal. When it reverts back, it feels like a new restriction, even though it's actually the baseline returning. That's how you end up with lasting confusion over things like liquid limits. People remember the exception more vividly than the rule. The fifth layer is trusted traveler programs. Programs like PreCheck are useful, but they're conditional. They don't override equipment limits. They don't eliminate random screening. They don't apply if the lane or airport can't support them. What they do is change how you're screened when the conditions allow it. That's why PreCheck feels incredibly smooth at one airport and underwhelming at another. If the lane uses older equipment, the procedure still follows the machine. If the PreCheck lane is closed, you follow standard screening. If you're randomly selected, the process changes again. The program isn't broken, it's just operating inside the same layered system. The last layer is information itself. This is the one that fuels the anxiety. Old rules get recycled constantly. Headlines frame them as new, attach a fresh year, and use language like crackdown or ban. Social media amplifies it. Blogs republish the same guidance with updated dates. If you're encountering a rule for the first time, or being enforced for the first time, it feels new to you. And when enforcement becomes more visible, media attention spikes, reinforcing the illusion that something changed. So the same restriction can resurface over and over, each time dressed up as a new development. Now, put all of this together. On one trip, you fly through an airport with new scanners, a working PreCheck lane, and relaxed enforcement. On the next trip, you go through older equipment, a different jurisdiction, and an airline with stricter policies, all while seeing headlines about new rules in between. Nothing about the written policy may have changed, but everything about how it touched you did. That's why airport rules feel like they're always changing. Once you see this, the experience shifts. Instead of reacting to headlines or outcomes, you start orienting yourself. When something feels different, you don't panic, you locate the layer. Is this enforcement being more visible today? Is this a different machine? Is this an airline policy instead of a security rule? Is this a temporary measure or recycled information? When you ask that question, the stress drops. Airport security stops feeling arbitrary. It starts feeling complex, but understandable. And that understanding gives you back a sense of control. One quick note before you go. People looking for advice often end up finding explanations wrapped in more hype than clarity. If my calmer breakdowns feel useful, subscribe. It tells YouTube this kind of explanation is worth showing to other travelers. And of course, likes are always appreciated. They really do help the channel. Leave a comment with any travel system problems you've run into while flying, especially the ones you wish someone had explained sooner. Thanks for joining me, and safe travels, wherever you're headed.